where we talk about understanding self, purpose, and passion, and finances. So I'm gonna put today's topics in here real quick. Everybody come here real quick. Edwina, Wavy, can we put the topics in the group, please? If not, copy and paste it for me. I put that in the group right now. So today I'm gonna get right to it. We're gonna talk about, everybody knows it's the beginning of a new month. Today is May 2nd. And our topic today is there's two type of people at the beginning of the month. And we're gonna talk about doing taxes. So once I put the topics in the group, then we're gonna get into it. But big up to everybody. Come in, real quick conversation. Matt's gonna be here in the studio today. So we're just gonna take the initiative to still have a conversation and have a great topic. And then hopefully somebody else can come into the live and then we'll continue the conversation. But once I get the topics in there, then you'll know exactly what we have to speak in. So wait for my brother Wavy to get in here and get me that. And then, but everyone do me a favor, send this out to 5 people that is in your inner circle. Somebody you share a meme with. Somebody that you constantly have some kind of conversation with. Let's put this in here right now. Boom, Wavy. Because I think these conversations are, hey Edwina, let me just wave to everybody. DJ Bubba, today's Motivation Mondays, episode 30. So, right now for everybody who's joining us, we are live on YouTube as well too. So you can click the link in Motivation Mondays and then you'll be able to hear us. But there's two type of people at the beginning of the month. There's the people who complain, there's the people who get paid. It's real simple. So we're gonna speak about how that goes and why it's important to build a formula or to build a system that gets you getting paid instead of complaining. Now you may ask, Ebon, what do you mean there's two type of people that complain? All right, beginning of the month, everybody knows bills are due, right? Certain people is different. If you rent, mortgage comes out a little bit later. Everybody's situation is different. But everybody knows at the end of the day, at the beginning of the month, you gotta pay some kind of bills. And usually with the complaining, it's either that you're not making enough money or you're living paycheck to paycheck and everything is just in a circle. So we have conversations like this just to encourage the conversation for people to get their life in order. Because this platform was started because I didn't have my life in order. My credit wasn't good. I linked up with my brother Max, a speaker. I wrote down all of our expenses. I wrote down what my credit was and he helped me fix it. I see some fire emojis. I love it because these conversations need to happen. Now, to talk about people get paid, like today's the 2nd of the month and I'm getting residual income and cash flow. But that came from me saving money and investing into companies who now pay me at the beginning of the month and at the 2nd week of the month. So I encourage everybody to learn about cash flow, learn about residual income. Residual income is making money in your sleep. Literally, you can be sleeping and you're still making money. But we got to practice discipline to be able to spend wisely. Know what is a necessity. You got to know what's a liability. We got to have these conversations with our friends. You know what I mean? I think it's so important. Sometimes we hold on to the word friends, the word friendship. And I want to ask everybody right now, what is the definition to you of a friend? Grand Rising Queen. What is the definition of a friend? What does that mean to me? Is it just a friend because you went to school with them? You went to middle school, daycare? You went to high school, college? What is a true definition of a friend to you? And once we're able to define that, then you're going to be like, yo, a lot of these people are not even my friends. Just because I know you doesn't mean that we need to keep the friendship. You can have a relationship with somebody and, keep the distance. I think right now we're in a society where people understand as we're getting older that it's okay. We don't have to talk every day. We don't have to check in every day. A true friend will understand that and respect that. And we need to use these times to better our lives and focus on us. Our main focus in this life has to be you. We talk about Motivation Monday, making the uncool cool while realizing it's you versus you. People use the word friend too loose. It's true. Okay, hold on. It's echoing. Mute one line. All right, let me lower. I got my AirPods in, so I don't know if that has the reason with it. But let me know if that's better. Okay, it is echoing. It's echoing. How are we doing now? I don't even know if we good. Shout out to everybody coming in. We're just talking about having some conversation Monday morning, Motivation Monday. Everyone who's coming in as well, maybe I'll take my time and talk. Make sure you follow Motivation Mondays live. We do this each and every Monday. We've been consistent for about 2 years.
Like you don't want the echo, go to...
If you don't want the echo, do me a favor, head to the YouTube. Because the IG live is just to let everybody know what's going on, but we're live on YouTube. So you can click the link in our Motivation Mondays. Everybody head to the YouTube right now. That's what we're going to do right now. Let's get everybody into YouTube. Let me get into the YouTube myself too, so I see who's joining. Usually when we have Max in here, we all have just mute one of the lives. Yo, how can you mute the lives? I don't think it gives me the option to mute. Does it? Oh, it does. They're right.
You can?
Yeah, you can. Smart. We're fried.
No, I didn't know.
No,
I've never...
We're better now, right?
Perfect.
We're better.
It says it on it?
Yeah,
Wow.
the mute is right under. Okay, guys, we're good to go. So anyways, everybody joining us right now, just give me a thumbs up right now to make sure that we're good. I still encourage everybody to join us on YouTube. All right, it's blessed now. All right, perfect. It's blessed. So just to get everybody with what's going on right now, we're speaking about, at the beginning of the month, there's two types of people. There's people who complain and there's people who get paid. And I encourage everybody to not be the complainer and be the person who gets paid. Now you may ask, Ebo, what are you talking about? How can I get paid? We're talking about different avenues. Literally investing your money and making your money work for you. There's cash flow, right? There's residual income. There's so many different ways that if we practice the discipline of learning where our money goes, that starts as simple as taking a pen, a book, and writing down our expenses for the month. My phone bill, how much I'm gonna spend on grocery, how much I'm gonna spend on gas, how much I'm gonna spend on, maybe you gotta buy some clothes, how much I'm gonna spend on, what else? There's just so many different things. We all have expenses. But if we don't write things down, how are we supposed to know where our money goes? We need to start practicing keeping a budget, knowing that, okay, you know what? Let's say you make $2,000 every 2 weeks, so that gives you $4,000 for the month. Boom. Your phone bill's about $200. Boom. You spend $300 a week on groceries. That's $1,200 for the month. So right now we're at $1,400. Now let's say you want to spend, because we're already spending $300 on groceries. What else you might spend? I said gas. Gas $200. You got insurance. Once you know how much money you need to pay into your bills and stuff that you need to, to work or to live your daily life, then you know, all right, how much money can I take out and save, right? There's a saying that Max always talks about when it comes to like making sure you put 10% out, 20% to savings. That leaves you at 70%. You want to at least save half of your paycheck. That's the problem. There's rent, mortgages. And Max always has this thing where he talks about you can make $5,000 a month, but if you're spending $6,000, that's how you go broke. There's people who make $2,000, $3,000 a month and they're only spending $1,000. You're left with $2,000. So we need to practice writing things down. If you feel like your money, you don't know where it's going, we'll see that there's a meme that goes on Twitter and on Instagram where it's like, if your bank could only talk to you, what would it say to you? Would it tell you spend too much on food? Sometimes, the funny thing, ever since we got into Tap, I feel like we have the pleasure of just like, all right, I'm just Tap. Money management. This is why we're having this conversation. I'm not going to go too crazy into it. I'm just trying to encourage everybody at the beginning of the month, we need to practice these habits. They say it takes, let me get the actual fact. I don't want to mess it up. But in order to, let me put it up right here. How many days? Habit. I want to make sure we have all the bars. It can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days for a person to form a new habit, and an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. 66 days, that's about 2 months and some extra days. So what does that mean? It's not gonna just happen overnight. It's not just gonna wake up and then bada bing, bada boom. Let me make sure I know. Are we good? All right, yeah, I'm still good. It's not just gonna happen overnight. We gotta make sure we practice these habits. We gotta make sure that this is something that we do. I'm gonna join back in the live, don't worry. Emon's gonna come right back. Technology, but this is why we have, I got a phone call, but this is why we have the YouTube live. So like I was saying, it's not just gonna happen overnight. I don't know why today technology wants to mess with us, but we're good. Let's get right back in there. It jumped out of line. Make sure we mute it. All right, there we go. We're back in, right? Everybody do me a favor, send this out again. We lost some people, but everyone's coming back in right now. But anyways, like I was trying to say, we're talking about building a habit. I'm going to repeat it again. It can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days for a person to form a new habit, and an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. There's no one size that fits all figure, which is why this time frame is so broad. So some people can do it in between 18 to 30. Some people can probably do it from 18 to 20. Some people need 100 days. Some people need 254 days. The whole point is that it's not going to happen overnight. But if we have these conversations and practice these things, then eventually together as a community and as a whole, we'll be able to accomplish these things. So I don't want nobody to be complaining no more. You know what? I feel good when it's the beginning of the month. I feel good. Why? Because at the end of the day, I know I'm getting paid. I know my bills are going to be paid. And I know there's things that I'm doing that are making me residual income and cash flow without me having to work too hard. I'm working smart and not hard. But all that I had to do was practice self-discipline and save my money. And then find somebody like Max to help me like, yo, bro, what are you investing your money in? What companies you got? He told me a certain amount to save. I made sure I did that. I put it in, and now I reap the benefits. See, the problem about when we complain, we're focusing on the negative and not focusing on the positive. And what happens when we focus on the negative and not focus on the positive? It makes us lose focus. So now we're putting this energy into the universe, and it's all bad. We always talk about affirmations. I'm going to get into our affirmation of the day, and I'm glad that we have people joining us on YouTube. As soon as you get into the YouTube, click the like button, say a comment, let me know that you're here. And we encourage everybody who's coming in to follow Motivation Mondays. Motivation Mondays is a platform that we help people understand self, purpose, passion, and finances. So let's make sure that we spread the word, because whenever we see something funny, we send that out. But when it's good information, are we sending it out? Let's not hoard everything to ourselves, and let's spread this message. This is why this platform was started in the first place. Because when I learned what I needed to learn, I didn't just say, yo, I'm going to keep it to myself. I told Max, yo, to start this platform. So that's what I want to talk about. So I want us to work on ourselves. I want us to practice money management. Let's learn how to budget. Let's not just spend freely. Let's know where our money is going. You know what? I think about it. How much money do you spend on Tim Hortons, Starbucks, McDonald's, fast food, Uber? Oh my goodness, Uber is the big one. And Uber is killing us. You know how much money they're making on us? You have no idea. You ever try Uber Eats? Go look at the end of the bill and see where your money is going. Then you know that you should have cooked. It takes nothing to go to grocery. What people don't know and understand is that, yeah, you might spend $200, $300 weekly at the grocery store, depending if you're in the gym heavy, you need some protein. But you're actually saving money, and you're doing yourself a favor by eating healthy. Sometimes it's good. When I cook, I'm not, I don't always cook, but when I do cook, it's time for me to reflect. I get to get a little creative. Yesterday I made a little salad, toss that up. But I encourage us to do things that's going to help us live longer. Max always talking about that. He's not a vegan because it's a cool thing to do. He wants to live as long as he can live. And how's he going to do that? By eating healthy. So I encourage everybody to let's get the information that's going to help us. There's a book that I want everybody to read if you haven't read already. It's called Think and Grow Rich. One of the best books that you can read, by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. That book literally changed my life. You know, you'll learn about assets, you'll learn about liabilities. I want everybody to own homes. I want everybody to, you know, get the finer things in life that you desire. Not everybody's gonna own a home. Some people it's okay rented. Some people you gotta fit, you gotta work in your means. But at the end of the day, ownership is important. We talked about it last week. We've talked about it weeks before. If there's one thing on this earth that won't grow no more, that's land. So you gotta own a piece of it. So I encourage everybody. And it's not too late. If you got bad credit, you can fix your credit. You know? And that brings me into our other topic that I was talking about. A lot of people don't know this, but today is the last day for you to file your taxes before you can get some penalties. So shout out to Kane, rising of all kings and queens. So everybody, either go call your accountant, go hit up H&R Block, go to the mall. I encourage everybody go file your taxes. Your 2021 taxes. It's important to file if you want to get some money back. And the government is very smart. They know what they're doing. They're expecting people not to file their taxes before the day. They want everybody to file it after. The reason why you're able to file your taxes and today's the last day is because April 30th is considered like a holiday. And it was on the weekend. So let me correct that. It's not a holiday. It's because it was on the weekend. If I correct it, not April 30th was when? April 30th was Saturday. So because it was Saturday, everybody gets a chance to file their taxes today. What's the benefits of filing taxes? Get some money back. You're most likely not going to owe the government. Even if you owe the government, you'll know how much you owe, and then you'll be able to pay them back. So I encourage everybody. I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a regular person that's an entrepreneur that loves speaking to people, love educating people, and this platform also helps me get educated as well too. So I encourage these things. Master Speaker's not in the studio today. He was out in the States, and he'll be back later on today, so we'll get back to it. But I encourage everybody to stay tuned to what we're doing with Motivation Mondays, because we have the giveaway that we've been talking about. We're going to be giving away a laptop. So somebody's going to get an Acer, a Google Chromebook laptop. All you have to do is follow the instructions. You got to make sure you follow Motivation Mondays. You got to make sure you follow our YouTube Live. You got to make sure you follow us on TikTok, and you share the post in your story. If you do those things, you'll be entered into the raffle. And then somebody at the end of the month, I believe May 30th, we're going to be announcing the winner. But shout out to everybody who's coming in. It's Motivation Mondays. We're just talking briefly about why it's important to us to, be on money management. Know where our money is going. Know how we're spending our money. Because let me tell you this, if you don't know where your money is going, good luck for you. Good luck. You don't know where your money is going. So how are you going to be able to save? How are you going to be able to budget? How are you going to be able to know how much money comes in? How much money comes out? One thing I love that the banks are doing right now, if you check all the apps, they have a My Spend. So you get to, it shows you how much money goes into your account, and it shows how many money comes out. And by them doing that, you'll be able to, look and be like, hey, all right, this month I went $1,000 over budget. I went $100 over budget. But at the end of the day, you'll be able to see. And why we encourage everybody to write it down, because if you write it down, then you're going to be able to see it. If you leave it up to your head, some days, you can get stressed. You can wake up, something comes on your mind, and you forget. But, how you doing, Cass? I want to encourage everybody to start, working on ourselves. Let's be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. Because at the end of the day, tomorrow is not promised. And with that being said, you can't take this life for granted. What I tell everybody in life is, listen, we all have the same 24 hours. We all see Elon Musk just bought Twitter. What, 44 billion? 44 billion. I saw a post that showed that With that 44 billion, he could have bought about 12 soccer teams in the English Premiership League, in the biggest league. That just shows you the power of social media, how important it is. I see everybody now. There's a lot of people that got banned on Twitter. They're now getting their page back. Toronto Raptors was one of them. I see Toronto Raptors been banned since I think 2018, 2019. Finally got his Twitter back. And I don't want to talk too much about what's going on with that, but I feel like the freedom of speech is important. But you got to be careful what you say. I remember one time, a couple years ago, I said something on Twitter, and I went viral for the wrong reason. So be careful. You don't want to, you don't want to be blackballed. But big up to everybody coming in. That's my people from Ghana. I'm very proud of what we've been able to do with Motivation Mondays. We have people listening all over the world. So in order for this platform to grow and keep going, it's the people, it's you guys who tune in each and every week. We're on YouTube Live right now. We're on IG Live right now. So I encourage everybody to keep spreading the word, keep, working on yourself. It's a process. You got to trust the process. Think about the NBA playoffs. You don't just get into the playoffs and then the championship happens right away. You got to go through the first round. You got to go through the second round. Then you go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Then you go to the Western Conference Finals. Then the winners of those go to the finals. Then they play the best out of four. It's like anything in life. Everything is a process. Right? I want everyone to know in the next 6 months, a lot can change for you. In a year, a lot can change for you. But it's going to take determination. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take focus. You might lose some friends. You might have to chill on the partying or going out. You might not be able to spend, buy clothes. You just have to work on you. By the end of the day, it's okay for you to take a break if you're working on yourself. At the end of the day, you want to be the best version of yourself. Whether it's working out. I always encourage people like me, I'm getting back into the groove of working out. I'm going to be working out in the mornings. Why? Because in the afternoon, evening, my life gets busy. So if I can get it out of the way in the morning, I got the whole day ahead of me. So those are just some of the things to talk about when we're talking about there's two type of people at the beginning of the month. Nah, bro, we're having a real conversation. Don't worry, we're having a real conversation. So this is how we're speaking. We're just talking from the heart. Usually I have my partner that is here to have these conversations. How you want me to speak? I'm from Toronto. They said try not to speak like someone not... Oh, wait, try to speak like someone not from Toronto for 3 minutes. I'm from Toronto. What do you want me to do? Who you want me to speak like? You want me to fake it? Who said that? Let me see. Mixed by CT. We do this. I can speak. Remember, I'm a professional MC. Bless up. You're joking. It's all love. I like that. You gotta. You know, you want me to speak like somebody from American or you want me to speak like an African? You want me to speak like African man? 6-4 Motivation Mondays. We here, man. We just speaking to the people. I can mix it up. Shout out to my brother 6-4 out in New Jersey. I'm actually coming to Jersey this Wednesday. That's why I called you this morning. So Wednesday, I'm gonna be at the airport. And then you already know the rest from there. We got some work to do. But shout out to my guy, Fuzi Hype. He's doing some big things right now. But how's everybody feeling at the beginning of the month? Be honest. Let me know in the comments. How you guys feeling right now, beginning of the month? Did you get hit by the bills? Did the bills come and just punch in the face? I saw a post where I'm going to be the landlord and you're going to be the tenant. So when the beginning of the month comes, it's the tenant and the landlord just looking at each other like this. Landlord's waiting for that money and the tenant, all right, I like that honesty. Feeling depressed. Listen, there's nothing wrong with honesty. You got to ask yourself a question. What are you feeling depressed about? You see, sometimes in life, we can be our own downfall. We can be our reason. So you got to be true to yourself. I'm scared of Sam Sarah. I'm not too sure who Sam Sarah is too, but at the end of the day, I know in this life, you're able to change whatever's going on. Feeling decent. I've wasted precious time. All right, let me give you an idea that I started to do. I started to put everything in my phones. I wish I could have showed you, but we got... Mama Joe said I have a sense of humor. Thank you. I don't try, but I try. You get me? But let's try putting in our phones. You know how you have the clock? All right, let's say you want to get some work done in an hour. All right, let me look that up right now so I make sure. I want to make sure I get that right. Karmic cycles. Hold on, let me write that in so I make sure I get the right information because I don't want to mess it up. It's bad karmic cycles. Time management, very important. I used to suck at it, horrible, and I'm still getting better. And in general, unsatisfying and painful, perpetuated by desire and ignorance. Okay, understandable. It's deep. I just pulled it up right now. I like that. I literally just pulled it up. And we can have a conversation out of this. This platform is to build relationships and have some kind of conversations. Look at it. Earlier on, I said you can learn something new every day. I just learned something new. Samsara. So I like that. I encourage everybody to write down what they like, what keeps them happy, and what keeps them stressed or what keeps them depressed. When you're able to write these things down, then you can dissect it and be like, yeah, bless up, say a prayer. We all gotta say prayers. And Eid Mubarak to all my my brothers and sisters who I know they've been fasting for a month as well too. And now that fasting is over because it's a new month. They're gonna go celebrate with their family. But you know, I always encourage for us to learn something new. We didn't just come to this world to just, you know, go to school, work, pay bills. Nah, educate yourself. You know, one thing that I saw the other day is God gave man the ability to create a lot of these things. So tree, right? A tree can make this desk. It can make a cupboard. It can make this right here. But the idea came to man. So we all have something that, like, I believe we all can be talented. We all have a talented. Shout out to my guy Sim. His talent is basketball. Shout out to my other guy. So we got Sim and we got my brother Slim. My other guy Slim, he can throw parties, concert, festivals. He knows how to run a business. So Mama Joe says, thank you for asking that. I keep telling my kids that time management is very important. Yes, time management is everything. Let me read what my boy Ryan said. The mind can make a hell of heaven and a heaven out of hell. Perception is a serious sting. Trust me, I like that. I'm going to support you for life now. That's how we go. This platform is here for the people. We're here for the people. At the end of the day, I remember being stuck. And let me tell you something. I haven't got my life together like how I know I need to. But at the end of the day, I know I've been blessed. I know I've been locked up before. 4 months is not the longest time, but I know that I've been blessed and I've been given a second chance at this life. And not everybody gets that chance. So at the end of the day, if I can encourage somebody to do better or be better or not make the same mistakes like I have, then why wouldn't I do that? You know what I mean? And Doran, when you say you're my personal shooter, it means we're shooting for greatness. That's all we're doing. We're not on no other, but you know? What was the scariest part of jail? The scariest part of jail was just knowing you're not coming home. Like, bro, when you know you're not coming home, it's like, damn, I'm stuck here. There's so many things. Like, you gotta, bro, there's so much. I hate thinking about it, but we can have a conversation about it. I went to jail in Thunder Bay. So when you go to jail on those places, you're like a outcast. There was only like, I had, I think, 3 or 4 black cellies. The rest were Aboriginals. Some were Asian. Some were, what else? Who do we have? All different type. So in there, racism is real. So we got into a couple fights. I wish my boy Rude Boy and my boy King, they'll come here, they'll tell you. We got into a couple fights. We got into those disagreements. There was time I wanted to watch March Madness. And a guy who was in for a murder is crazy. His name was Tommy. He never wanted to watch basketball. So we had 2 TVs. So I made sure the far TV where I'd go watch my basketball. This guy was such a prick that he would come take the remote and change it. I'd put it back and change it. But luckily my 2 cellmates came through that were from the city. And you know, they'll pick on you when you're by yourself. But when you're with your crew, you're good. But nothing about jail is cool. I don't encourage it to nobody. But sometimes in life, you need a timeout. So that was my timeout. My childhood friend just got locked up. and I don't know where he is. How do I go about finding him and paying him a visit? You got to find out what city or what country he's in. Then you got to make the phone calls. Or if you know what division he got arrested in, you can call them and then they'll give you the information. Because let me tell you something. So one thing about jail is we're lonely, which means we need phone calls. We need canteen. People don't know the simple thing. When I was locked up, I only had like 2 people send me canteens. Everyone thought because I'm MC Ebo and I got all these followers on Instagram. I only had 2 people send me canteen. I only had about like 3 people visit me. So in jail, you can get depressed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Young Prince, my guy Collins. Today we're doing Motivation Mondays a little different. I put it on my account as well too because I don't have Max as speaker. But we're having conversations about, at the beginning of the month, there's 2 types of people. There's people who complain and there's people who get paid. So which one you want to be? But there's certain things you got to do in this life if you want to be the person that's getting paid. You got to sacrifice, discipline. You got to be consistent. You got to hold yourself accountable. There's so much things you got to do. But big shout out to my. Let me see if I got my guy in here. Is he still in? Yeah, he's in. Alright, but see if I'll get him later. He's from New York. I want to help him out as much as possible, just to know who to call, find out what bin's in. Yo, listen, DM me. I'm gonna help you. Will police tell me where he is, or is it confidential? It really depends. Like jails, you can find out who's who, because at the end of the day, they want people to know about their loved ones, right? So let me just make sure I get the logo right here. Discipline is important. Discipline is everything. Discipline is literally like, bro, there's a saying that they say about discipline where it's like, if you can't be disciplined, your life will literally be going to shambles. Literally. They say discipline is the practice of training people or yourself to obey rules or code of behavior. You know what I mean? There's that type of discipline. Then there's the branch of knowledge, typically one studying in higher education. Then there's just you saying, if I'm going to do this, this is what I'm going to do. So if I say I'm going to wake up Monday morning, I'm disciplined enough to hold myself accountable to wake up in the morning. And if you're not, then you hold yourself accountable and, put some kind of disciplinary action, whether it's like, I'm not going to go out. So it's the 2 ways we can use that conversation. Here we go. What we got right here? How can we encourage our young black men to stay from getting in trouble? Whew, that was a deep one. As you guys know, the city this weekend, things didn't go as well as we wanted, and we've lost some young brothers. And I encourage everybody to check in on your people, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, uncles, because everyone always thinks everyone is doing good. Sometimes people just need a conversation. If you learned something new today, like symptoms, send this live to one of your young people right now. We got to get them active. We got to get programs. We got to teach them financial literacy. I talk about this. A lot of the kids who are doing a lot of trouble are making a lot of money, but they don't even know what to do with their money. They don't even know they could take 20% or $2,000, $40,000, $60,000, which is probably nothing to them, on a down payment, which can get them a house that can move them out of some of these houses or some of these areas that are causing them to cause trouble. A lot of these kids have idle time. You got to keep them busy. When you're busy, you have no time for other things. But the thing is this, you can be busy if you don't know the right things, then you'll be busy doing a lot of nonsense. So we got to educate them. There's platforms like this, there's podcasts, there's YouTube. We got to literally take the time to educate the younger person. Like I always tell myself, when I speak, I'm speaking to others like if I was younger and I had an older person to speak to. So I always want to be that person I never had when I was younger. Sports is a big one. Yo, let me tell you something. Once people know what to do with their money and how they can work their money and make their money work for them, that's what they want to do. I like that. Make learning fun and interesting. There's a lot. I feel like as a whole community, we got a lot to do. It's that simple as going to the grocery store and holding the door, saying thank you, smiling, not screw facing. Tell somebody something good about themselves. Let's do that today. Let's all tell somebody that we care about, whether it's a cousin, nephew, son, daughter. Let's tell them something good today. That will help big time. And you know, it's so funny, right? I was talking to the city of Toronto today, and they're asking me the same question, and we're actually working on that right now, where we're coming up with a curriculum, because I want to go to all these neighborhoods. Yes, sir. DACC Consultants, new experiences when teaching about money, not just at home. Maybe take a trip, vacation, explain. Yes, I like that one. It's funny. I once had an argument with my parents about this, about how they didn't teach me properly. Like, they bought a house, but they could have taught me from then, and they didn't. Let me see. Mick says, I'm an industry engineer. I will help you with your music. You seem like a man of God. I got you. Yeah, man. You know me. If you follow me on Instagram and you see my posts, I don't leave God out on anything. Understand how they view the world. There is power in being understood. Yo, I think that is the one right there. Mike Truth, you nailed it. There's so many different factors. And you know what? Let me make sure I screen record this whole conversation. Am I allowed to scroll up and down? Let me see. I got a screenshot out of this. Where's my phone? Is it my phone? Damn, it's not letting me scroll down. But alright, it's all good. I think I know. I can listen to what everybody said. Shout out to everyone joining us right now. Yeah, send me a DM, man. Send me a DM. To everybody joining us, this is Motivation Mondays, episode 30. This is a platform where we talk about understanding self, purpose, passive, and finances. So today we're talking about, at the beginning of the month, there's two types of people. There's people who complain because they probably didn't make enough money the month before. They got to pay this, pay that. And then there's people on the other side who's getting paid, who's reaping the benefits of their hard work, reaping the benefits of saving their money and learning how to make their money work for them, which I encourage everybody to do. I told everybody there's a book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I encourage everybody to read that book. That book will open up your mind. Kane says on YouTube, to impact the people around the world is powerful if used the right way. And that's why I've started this platform. That's why me and my brother, the whole team, Wavy Digital Media, Talise, Blessing, everybody who's a part of what we're doing is so passionate, and we've been consistent for 2 years plus. Not every Monday I want to come here and jump on live, but I've made it my due diligence to make sure that I have these conversations that are not being said in the world. Mental health. We talk about real estate. We talk about entrepreneurship. We talking about just the things that we pointed out, just because I feel like not every day you can be motivated. Not every day I'm motivated. There's some days I'm amped. Let's go. Some days I'm down. I'm cheesed. I'm pissed. But if there can be a platform like this that can help people know that, you know what, some of these reminders are important to hear and to discuss and to remind us, I think there's no better feeling. Like, this actually helps me sometimes. Think about it. This morning I learned something new. I learned something big time new. I never knew about it. And that's what life is about, educating ourselves. There's something that we can learn each and every day. So if you haven't already followed Motivation Mondays on YouTube or on Instagram, do me a favor. Go follow the page. Go click the link in our bio. Go follow us on YouTube. There's a survey. Go let us know how you heard about us. And we're announcing a big giveaway at the end of today, which is going to be a brand new laptop for somebody. Somebody's winning a brand new laptop. Google Chromebook. Brand new in the box. And we celebrated our 2-year anniversary last month. So this is how we give back to the community. Rayon, my guy. Law of Success in 16 Lessons, Napoleon Hill. This is the extended version of Think and Grow Rich. It's amazing. Say less. I'm going to go get that book. Let me make sure I screenshot that. Oh, damn it. Instead of screenshotting it, I turned off my phone. There we go. But shout out to everybody joining us. And I want to open up this dialogue. Somebody wants to jump in the live with me as well too. Somebody wants to, you know what? Rayon, let's get you in the live. Rayon, I don't know if you're cool right now. Let's get you, we got about like 10 minutes. If you feel right now, I know you're into some great stuff. Let's see if we can have a conversation. I don't know if it's too last minute, but I didn't want it to just be about me speaking. You know, I can talk all day. I get paid to talk, literally. Master of ceremonies. But if you don't mind, or somebody jump in, let's have a quick conversation. I asked everybody at the beginning of the conversation how they felt. I got a couple answers. Some people were feeling excited. Some people were feeling okay. Some people were feeling stressed. Some people were feeling, what was the other one? There was another one. Okay, he said, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so which one do I gotta go on? Okay, I know. Let me add him in right here. Tasha, thank you. Appreciate that. Let me invite Rayon. Have a quick conversation. Good thing that I love about Instagram now is you can get more people into the live. There we go. My guy. How you doing, brother? All right, so first introduce yourself and then we'll speak to how we know each other. We go way back. Yes, introduce yourself and let the people know exactly what you do and then we'll get into the conversation. Love it, brother. So there we have it. We have a realtor, and we're not gonna get too into it because I want to do an actual episode where we like get the nitty and gritty. But last week, what does it say? Your impact on everything you do is important on so many levels. Appreciate that feedback. I want to talk about this. 2 weeks ago, April 16th, I believe, the Toronto Star came up with an article, and the article was that wealth is now accumulated from real estate, not even income. They showed a chart that showed in the last 20 years, real estate has jumped up. We're looking at about houses starting at 100 to 200K and now jumping to the millions, and they're showing everybody's income, and it's been only able to grow to about 150 to 200 combined. And that's not everybody. That's just majority of people based on the research. Now, I want to ask you this. Why is real estate so important? Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Facts. Beautiful. Now we're on YouTube live as well too. So my guy Rayon just jumped into the IG live. It was a last minute thing, but I wanted you to come in because I wanted a new voice and people to see brothers like us having these conversations that aren't normal but are necessary. So we're talking about the importance of real estate. My guy Rayon let us know that it helps us build generational wealth. Our money, when it talks to that money that you can make from the equity alone, that is how our income can rise. We talked about the pros of being a tenant. And you know, it's funny, I saw a meme where at the beginning of the month, it's the tenant and the landlord. And they're just looking at each other like this. And the landlord's looking, and the tenant's just looking. And it's just like, the tenant don't want to give up that money, but the land, at the end of the day, you sign a contract or you have an agreement or you have a deal. But at the end of the day, you want to be the landlord. There's so many pros in being that landlord and making your money work from you. And what I always encourage people is somebody sacrificed and saved that money to be able to get a space, whether it's for themselves or to rent out. We're all human beings. We all have the same 24 hours. We can do the same thing. but it's gonna take practice, discipline. It's gonna take new habits. It's gonna take education. You know, there's so many factors when it comes to real estate. You know, but I think in this decade right now, everybody understands that. You know what? If they're not making no more land, I gotta own a piece of it. And sorry, say that again. Hmm. Hmm. 100%. Hmm. Hmm. You guys are getting the gems right now. I hope, hey, before you go on, Rand, I always encourage everybody get a piece of paper and pen. This is why it's so important because we never knew Rayon was gonna come here and be talking about this, but you're getting the gems from an actual realtor who does this on a daily. Oh, I like the way this conversation is going. Rayon, sorry, I need you to stay for a little bit. My bad, brother. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, let's go. Real life Monopoly. And Rayon, a lot of people don't know this, but with first time home buyers, a lot of like City of Brampton, Toronto, there's a lot of incentives for first time home buyers. And you know, there's a little tricks to it too, so you gotta kind of be careful because of course the government knows what they're doing, but there's avenues and ways. You know how they get already, man. Mm-hmm. Avoid it. Whew. Hmm. Rayon, hold on for a second. Let me see because our people on YouTube can't hear you. They're little. So let me see. Rayon, speak for a second.
Testing. Uno, dos, tres.
Okay. All right. So let me just let everybody on our YouTube know what we're talking about right now. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about first time buying your house for your first time. So somebody asked a great question. I apologize to our people on the YouTube. This wasn't part of the plan, but for those who don't know, me and Rayon went to high school. So we went to high school out in Brampton, and of course we're still keeping the relationship. My brother is a realtor now, so if you need anything real estate, he's the guy to hit up. I'm a master of ceremonies, entrepreneurship. We're still doing our thing, but this is how we connect. So we're talking about different variables, but I'll let you continue on so people know.
Yeah, so just to reiterate what Amber Ashley said, and it's true. So one variable, historically, the homeowners a lot of money, and the other thing that she said is that when you're breaking your variable, you pay 3 months interest. So that 3 months interest usually accumulates to be about $3,000 to $5,000, as opposed to you paying $25,000 to $30,000+ for breaking up a fixed mortgage. So you're looking to get your home. Try your best, get yourself in that kind of a situation, get yourself a variable. Another thing is there are some very questionable mortgage agents that are out there that would say, oh yeah, no problem, I can get you anything you need, but anything you need is an arm and a leg and a piece of your soul, just a smidge, maybe. Like, it would be the mortgage, then it would be the interest rate, then it would be 1 or 10% interest of what you have to pay them up front and so forth. This is basically the homeowner's way of a 360 deal, like what artists have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time 1 year passes, they say you can refinance and so forth and get out, but realistically, the interest, they keep it so high that some people, unfortunately, they have no choice but to end up selling their home to be able to, get out of that situation. So whoever you're working with, make sure that they're credible. I prefer working with a mortgage agent over specifically going to the bank. But if you're going to pick a mortgage agent, pick somebody referral. I've seen that a lot of agents that work with Dominion Lending are pretty awesome. Mr. Prue, Mr. Michael Barley, amazing at what he does. There's a few others that I can refer up, but I can't remember the names off the top of my head. Being on the spot right now, but I can make a list.
That's why you gotta follow him, ladies and gentlemen. Shoot that DM.
But yeah, is there anyone here that has any other questions in regards to homeownership?
I saw a question. Let me read it out right now. It said, I love this question too. What's the advantage of renting property for the short term versus the long run?
The advantage versus the short term versus the long run. Well, if you're going to be doing it for a short term, you're just using it for the equity. You would get yourself something specific. That's a strategy where you would have to make sure whatever the property is that you're buying in an area that is going to appreciate in equity quite fast, substantially fast. So whoever you're renting to, short term, probably let's say it's about 3 years you're going to be renting for. That time frame would help you to get a substantial amount of equity on your property and use that money to be able to trade up. But then this is the thing. If the property in of itself goes up exponentially, you can refinance that property. If you have it set up as a corporation, you can get about 80% of the equity of the home and use that towards a down payment for another property. Because if you're looking to buy a home for yourself, that's one thing. But if you're looking to play this game like Monopoly, that's how you do it. And personally, I would suggest that you use the money and buy another home. If you're going to be living in it, live upstairs, live downstairs, it's up to you, do your thing. But make sure that you rent it. Have something that functions as a duplex, because that would help you pay down your mortgage faster.
We talk about working smart and not hard. All right, we got the next question. I love these. Renting a house versus renting a condo. Which one is better to you?
Well, it all depends. Right now, the way how the market is going, it's switched over to a buyer's market. So what that means is you have the hierarchy of homes. So you have condo townhouses, then you have townhouses, semi-detached, and then detached. Right now, detached, semi, and town are going down. Expensive because of these high interest rates that are going on. And by June 1st, they're going to up it again. Their goal is basically to get it to 1.75, like what it should have been before COVID, and then push it up a little bit more, right? But the thing is, long and short, because those interest rates are slowing down when it comes to free homes. So the next best bet that people can afford, condos and condo townhouses. While this happens, the equity and the value for these are going to go up. So if you're looking to buy right now, I would suggest that you look at investing into condos or condo townhouses, because that's going to give you your fastest increase when it comes to equity over the next 2 years. Once you do that, you can rent it out, but the thing is, you're not going to be seeing any huge cash flow from your rent. If anything, you're going to be breaking. The main thing is to really get the equity from this property, and then from that, trade up. Take one property, make two. Or if it's beneficial for you, take one property, sell it, and get yourself something that's multi-residential, 2 to 4 units. And you're good to go.
The questions keep coming and I love it. Our next question. I love questions. You want to know why? Because if you don't ask questions, you won't get the answers. And you should never be afraid to ask a question. And see, let me tell you something about being at the right place at the right time. A lot of you guys came into Motivation Mondays and had no idea that we're going to have my boy on this to speak about this. But here he is, being at the right place at the right time. And that's because you took the time out of your day to learn and to give yourself some information. Now you're getting more than what you came from. It's a double tree. It's a bonus. All right, this question. Should you advise people to get into pre-construction, especially when they're a first-time buyer?
For pre-construction, if you're a first-time buyer, definitely. I mean, your guy there, Gary, he's doing something. I mean, if you're supposed to be looking at getting your any kind of pre-construction, is in your benefit. However, if they don't work with a realtor, so you have a realtor that you can get advice from, it would be highly beneficial for you to bring that if you're going to purchase and sale to the realtor to see if there's anything that needs to be added or taken away. Because let's say the situation is now in the middle of the transaction, so I need to change your lawyer. It could be a fee to be able to change your lawyer. If there's renovations and things that happen within the area and it increases the value of the property that you're going to buy, there could be a fee.
Everything goes up.
Amenities that get added in that area. So making sure that you have somebody look over the agreement of purchase and sale, if they're capped, making sure that they do a methods in there to try and get your money home. Also checking for interim payments. What are interim payments? So let's say COVID was a big thing. With condo developments and so forth, where they were supposed to close on a specific
And there's one thing that you talked about that's so important, doing your research. I know a lot of people through the pandemic who got screwed. One of my boys put it on Instagram the other day where like he did a pre-construction, $12,000 he put down. The other year he did that. Third year he was getting ready to do that. And then they literally called him and said, hey, we're not building this condo no more. And what he learned from that was he should have done his due diligence and research to know who are the builders, how long have they been doing this, what have they done before. So that's great that you said that. And you know, we're talking about group economics. We gotta learn who's our real friends, family members, who we can trust, so that, you know, if you're in business with somebody and it's going good, that's somebody you can go into an investment with. You know, so we got to just do our research with people. Trust me, when it comes to finances and money, everybody gets funny. So you got to know who you're investing with. You got to know who you are, you know, trying to get stuff done with. But even if you're not in the right place, whether your credit is not there, there's other ways. And I always want to encourage everyone, it's not too late. It doesn't matter where you are. It's not too late.
Just for the people that don't know, right? So your background, what's your background?
Ghanaian, African.
Alright, and me, I'm Jamaican, so we have a thing we call partner, right?
I'm in 3 right now.
You're in 3?
3 right
You know
now.
what I'm saying? For y'all call it partner, y'all?
We call it partner. Some people call it susu.
Okay, so the same thing, partner or susu. It's the same thing, but towards a house.
That's what I do, right? No.
You know what I'm saying? The only difference is what you're doing is you're it's how you're with credit. The money's coming together for the down payment. All you have to do is just basically get yourself incorporated to protect certain things. Go to a lawyer to say, all right, this person's put down this much, and this much. And the lawyer will take care of the equity split, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. That property gets sold, the lawyer will be able to have everything dispersed the way it needs to be.
Love it. I got another question. Yo, come like Ryan. Y'all get all the questions. I've been on here for an hour. I wasn't getting this much questions. This question goes, what about rent to own?
Alright, so the boy true, right? And I have to say the boy true because this man, my God. So there's a program that they have over in Alberta, and it's amazing in regards to the rent to own thing. And he was saying, oh, you know, we're going to try and bring that down here to Ontario and help all the people down here implement it all across Canada with this rent to own thing. But realistically, we're just piggybacking what's already in Alberta. The thing is this, the rent to own system that the government is talking about pushing all across Canada. If they do it, great. But for now, it's just a whole bunch of long shot and whatever. But for everybody else that's doing it right now in Ontario, what I recommend it, if you have a corporation, if you have a business and you're making a substantial amount of money, but your credit is shot because student loans and life, right? When you've been working, grinding, getting yourself out of mud, all of that, right? The best thing for you to do in that regard, sure, you can get into a rental home. But the thing is, what's going to be required is you're going to put a certain amount of money up front, and then you're going to be paying rent with a certain amount of money put on as well to help with your down payment. However, the contract is going to go for it. You're going to be in the contract for this rental home for 1 year, 2 years, or 3. That money is supposed to be used for your down payment. Now, first things first, make sure you do not use whoever is lending you the money. Don't use their lawyer. Get yourself another lawyer. That's first thing. Because the thing is this, if the person who's the investor is working with a lawyer and says, yeah, you can trust my lawyer, no problem. The lawyer can work out
It's sticky.
to find a certain way to mess you up. By the time closing comes, okay, where's my money for the down payment? What money are you talking about? Did you read the agreement of purchase and sale and you're messed up? So first things first, if you're going to do this, get yourself some random estate lawyer and let them write up the contract for you. Period. While you get this lawyer, make sure all the money that's being paid is going to be held in that lawyer's trust account.
They'll get you.
qualify your debt. Now they can say, oh, well, you can just stay here and continue to rent. What about my money? Oh, well, what money? But with the other lawyer, your money is saved. If you get them out for, you are not paying for the property at what you initially got it for. You're buying that house at the new value. So if you started this process at, let's say the house was 700,000, but it's now appreciated to 900,000.
You gotta pay on that.
Qualify for a $900,000 mortgage. So rental, I mean, if you have the money, sure. But the thing is, it can be very tricky and dicey.
And you know what would you? I see. I don't want to kill your time because see, real estate. There's so many things. I want to do a proper show where we can, and we can always talk about real estate. There's a question right here. I probably just missed it. Shout out to Keep Six Solid. Always making sure the city is good to go. This is just for everybody, real quick. Let me get. Oh, I don't even think I can swipe up. Their question was, do you believe in? The person can write the question again. I think it was, do you believe in buying stocks in homes? I can't swipe up. Oh my goodness. If the person, let me see if the person's still in here. I believe they are. Yeah, they are. Cool, sure. Can you write your question again? Or if you can use the question box. There's a question box right here. If you put the answer or you put your question in the question box, it makes it so much easier for us to pop up on the screen, and then it will show up. And then I'll let one more question go, and then we'll end it right there. But I appreciate you, Rayon, for taking the time. You've been holding me down since high school. Appreciate it, brother. So I don't know if she's still in here, so I'll give her like 2 more seconds. It had to do about stocks. It missed me a little bit. I don't know if it was.
Probably about the real estate investment trust like rates.
Yes. I just want to make sure that was the right one before I assume, because it came in. I guess because we're on 3 lives.
Yeah.
That's.
It just went up. I've been trying to scroll myself. I can't hardly even see nothing.
Yeah. It's getting. Yo, you came in and it just went. That's why I needed something new. I need to sprinkle something new.
No problem.
But
If it is about the rates, though, most definitely. When COVID hit, a lot of them they took a dive. However, when it comes to rates, especially not even just the real estate investment trust, just like there's certain blue chip stocks that you can get into. Via Real is one of them as well that I would suggest. But like when it comes to rates, definitely a good investment. It helps to mitigate certain things. There's a few of them that are around where you would get certain payouts through dividends and so forth. Off the top of my head, I can't remember anything right now, but I can definitely make you a list that you can share. Aside from that, it's not just that they have tie-ins with residential properties. REITs would have an accumulation of different properties under their belt. A lot of them would include commercial as well as residential, including some major malls and different businesses and so forth.
Okay, dope. Make sure you put a thumbs up in the comments if we answered your question. Ryan, we can speak on this forever. I know you got a busy day. It's the beginning of the month. Today is the last day to get your taxes done. So I encourage everybody to go out there. We actually got lucky because September 30th was a Saturday, and because of that is why they've extended it. So, if you don't have an accountant, I encourage somebody to get one, financial advisor, or H&R Block. There's so many different companies that can help you, or look for your local accountants. I encourage somebody, go work with a black entrepreneur or entrepreneur of your choice, but we got to do the right things, and doing your taxes is important.
Gotta give a special shout out to you in terms of the tax man.
Yes, sir. Put his stuff out there. But Rayon, before you get out there, let them know your information, where they can find you, how to get in contact with you, And yeah, we'll keep it like that.
Oh yeah, so if you want to reach me, you can just switch to my Instagram, rayon.anderson.realty. Or you can reach out on the website, sirlockhomes.com. And yeah, kind of send me a DM, get contact. My phone number is right there. We can answer any and every question that you need. You're looking to buy or sell residential or commercial, your guy.
Say less, my brother. Appreciate you. This is a Chinkuzi link up. You know,
Yes.
some good things came out of that school. You know, Brampton it wasn't, but some good things came out of that. So,
Many good things came out of that, for sure.
and,
You included, bro. I'm very, very proud of the man that you are and who you become. And always out here sharing the graces and cheering you on as, I hear about all the accolades and so forth. But, yeah.
we coming to turn on my Chancy's brother actually got married over the weekend, and they're into buying land and building residential houses, also commercial. Like they're killing it in Bowmanville and Brampton, in Durham. Chinkuzi's where I met Chauncey. So a lot of great things came out of Chinkuzi.
Yeah, the Golden Triangle group. They're doing
Yep, Aaron and Kerry. So we're gonna connect, bro. Let's get some stuff done. And I appreciate you for taking the time and speaking on and educating people on what is important. And yeah, we'll link up and get right to it, my bro. All right, so we want to thank Rayon and all the people that came. Welcome to Motivation Mondays. Make sure you do follow the platform if you're just joining us, first time you're hearing about this. Each and every week, we're educating people on understanding self, purpose, passion, and finances. We gave you a little dose about both. I didn't get to say our affirmation of the day. Let me do that now. Where is it? All right. Our affirmation of the day today is, I am an achiever and I pursue my goals until I succeed. I am focused and committed to my goals. I deserve success and I am ready for it. So once again, I am an achiever and I pursue my goals until I succeed. I am focused and committed to my goals. I deserve success and I am ready for it. Claim it, say it out loud, speak it into existence. Go kill today, as in Monday. Have a great day. Have a great week. We'll see you guys next week. We're going to chop this up. Wait, we're probably going to have to do something with the YouTube, right? Because I don't know. It was kind of weird at the end because they couldn't hear on YouTube. So we might, I don't know if we can.
Just to listen to the podcast if they want to hear the whole.
Perfect. So if you want to listen to the whole conversation, make sure you listen to the podcast. Which is, I wish I took it. I put the volume up from earlier, but that's gonna be on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Google Chrome, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, all those great things. But keep supporting, keep following. I love you guys. We're gonna post the giveaway, the laptop giveaway. So I can't wait to give that away because I know it's gonna help somebody out there. Now I'm going to get to work with my team. Don't forget, I told everybody today is the last day to get your taxes done. So go get them done so you don't have to pay the government any money. And even if you have to, you know how much you have to pay. And then you just pay them. All right. Peace out.